Hey guys, it is time once again for a snow trip. So it is just going to be me back in the I-30 again today for a little bit of a solo adventure, but I think it should be a really good one. This is definitely one that I've been looking forward to for a little while now. So in this video, the place I'm going to be sharing with you is the Mount Buffalo National Park in the Victorian High Country. If you know the area, it's not far from Hotham or Bright, Porpunka, any of those areas. It's right out from there. It is an absolutely stunning park though, for its waterfalls, walks, there's lookouts, you've got snowboarding and skiing in the winter time. It's just a really good all-rounder park and one that I absolutely love. So if it's not on your travel list already, make sure you add it on there. That said, I'm going to be sharing a few of my favorites with you today, and hopefully tomorrow, depending on the weather here, I am hoping to camp either somewhere near the national park or in the national park. I'm just gonna have to see what happens with the snow. But regardless, I am gonna be sharing a few of my favorite spots. Very quickly before I jump into that, you guys may have seen recently on my channel, I have been doing a few snow trips with friends. We did actually stay up in Hotham in a lodge up there. I posted a video from snowboarding and dog sledding up there. If you haven't checked it out already, go watch that one because it was a really great snow adventure. And then more recently, I think it was last weekend, we did head up to Falls Creek as well and go snowboarding there. Absolutely terrible weather. It was a total whiteout, but a really beautiful place if that's something you're interested in seeing the high country in the winter as well. So the first spot I want to show you is Euroban Falls and Lady Bath Falls. They're the first real attraction you'll come to when you enter the park and accessible by only a short walk. So as you can see, they are literally only 400, 600 and 750 meters to reach, and I really do think these ones are worth checking out. So as I mentioned before, I have actually visited this spot previously. I just think it's going to be extra special today because of all that snow runoff coming down the mountains and straight into these waterfalls. So this first waterfall here is called Lady Bath Falls, and I'm sure as you can hear it is flowing very, very well at the moment. It's got beautiful crystal clear water runoff. It looks so nice. It would be absolutely freezing to swim in, but I know for a fact that you absolutely can. When it is a little bit warmer, I have indeed seen people in here. Right under that fall there is a shallow pool just at the bottom there. Now that second waterfall is just a little bit further on the track, only a couple hundred meters there, but really worth checking out as well. So I'm just going to take you up and have a quick look at that one. So you can see this here is just the lower lookout for Euroban Falls. Beautiful smooth rock and flowing all the way down and right up the rock there as well. Just in the distance you should be able to see upper Euroban Falls just a bit higher. So then if we keep going, we will end up, of course, at this beautiful Upper Falls lookout. So once again, this is still a part of Euroban Falls. You can see it falls all the way down the rock. Absolutely beautiful fall. Continues down in this gully. It's a bit shadowy there, but down to that lower falls lookout that I just showed you. So really a beautiful one. An awful lot of water flowing at the moment, but just one that would be worth checking out year round, I think. So I will just head back from here. Unfortunately, it is not a loop track, this one, but from there I will be able to head higher up into the national park. Okay, so I have arrived at our next destination. This one is the Mount Buffalo Chalet, and as you can probably tell by the snow around me, we have crossed over that 1,000-meter mark. You might have seen as well on the way up, it did start fairly dry on the road, got into a bit of black ice, and then obviously they have been snow clearing because there was that beautiful snow on the sides of the road on the way up here. Now I will show you the chalet in a second, it's just up there above me, but first I want to show you a few of these lookouts because they are absolutely beautiful, going to be completely stunning with the snow on them at the moment. Just absolutely gorgeous walking around on the snow. You can hear it crunching underneath me. It is fairly compacted because it has had the sun on its day, but here are these lookouts that I've been talking about. So the first lookout I want to show you is actually a glass platform. It's absolutely gorgeous. As I said, one of my favorites from Buffalo when I visited before. Unfortunately, the platform is fairly scratched, so you can't see a great deal through the floor. I will show you guys what I mean, but we're going to have a look at the view out as well. So this as well is the glass floor section that I was telling you about. You can walk right onto it. You can see a little bit down here, a little bit of snow below me, but unfortunately just being so scratched up, there is not a lot left that you can see there. I'll zoom in for you as well. Might be able to see a bit better those beautiful snowy peaks in the distance there. Okay, so the next lookout I want to show you is literally right next to this one. It's not glass, but I think from memory it does have a sign telling us which mountain is which, so I should be able to point the peaks out to you. So here we are, that next lookout is Bent's Lookout, elevation 1,300 meters, which is awesome to see so much snow. Obviously we were getting it up from that 1,000-meter mark, but it's just a lot more sitting here. There will be at Dingo Dell as well, and Lake Catani at the campground. So it will be interesting to see if there is anywhere good to actually snowboard or ski, or whether it's all just gone pretty icy with this sunshine. So there again, I will just show you very similar view. This is what I was talking about with that plaque to point out the mountains. So I'll just show you, if I zoom in for you, this peak with the most snow on it over here, this one is Feathertop. If you come across, you have Bogong, and right in the back is Kosciuszko. So an absolutely beautiful snowy range and gorgeous view across there at the moment. But just to give you a bit of an idea of what you're looking at, those are those absolutely beautiful mountain peaks off in the distance. So I did say also that I did want to show you the chalet up at Buffalo, and that is this building right here. Not under too much snow at the moment, which is nice. It does certainly have the sun on it, but I'm going to walk up and show you around all the same. Now this building isn't open. I think you can go down to Dingo Dell. There's a cafe there in winter, but just beautiful to come and look at. Okay, next stop is Dingo Dell. I've just pulled up right here on the side of the road and I'm going to give you a look around. If you're coming to toboggan, or you're coming to ski, or you're coming to snowboard, this is where you'd come and do it. There's not a lot of like lifts or slopes, particularly here on Buffalo. It's super rocky terrain, but this is a nice little snowfield, so I want to give you a look. And here is that view. So clearly where I've just pulled off right on the side of the road, there's not really anyone coming for it to make much of a difference. But this open area, if I zoom in for you up here. If you can see that fenced area, that's where people have been tobogganing. It's just a flatter sort of slope, except I did just go over and have a look and it is fairly icy at the moment. I feel like it would be pretty solid if you came down on it. Not much powder around with no fresh snow, and absolutely beautiful rocks on the other side. If I zoom in again, I think this view is absolutely just stunning. I sort of was intending to do a few more walks today, but I've really ended up more taking photos, looking at the snow, staying nice and warm. But it is an absolutely gorgeous landscape, as you can see, just to come and visit even if you're not really doing too much up here. So as I did say, one of the reasons I wanted to come up here today was actually to take some photos. Now obviously that's just something I like doing, but the other reason was also because I have just recently got a new camera. I'm very excited about it. When I say recently, I mean I literally picked it up yesterday afternoon. It is a Canon M50. It is secondhand, but it's looking really good so far. So I did want to come up and try it out. I normally, when I film vlogs or go hiking or anything like that, actually film for you guys on my iPhone. I just find it really convenient, and until this point I haven't really had an appropriate camera to vlog with, to film with, to do anything like that. So I will be really interested to hear your feedback, to personally see how it comes out and see whether I will continue doing that in the future or just use this as a photography camera. So while I am talking, I will pop up a few photos on the screen now for you so that you can see kind of what I've taken today, get a little bit of an idea of it. Obviously I'm not a photographer, or I like to play around with it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So while I'm talking about this and I have this opportunity, I want to say a very big thank you to my Patreon community. Obviously we're a very small and new community still, but I really do appreciate the support. It does mean a lot to me, and even that little bit of support on the side helps me do things like this to hopefully create better content for you guys in the future, learn new skills myself, and hopefully one day pass that on. Okay, so this here is my final stop for the afternoon. I know I didn't fit in as much as I'd hoped, but I will be back tomorrow. So this behind me here is Lake Catani. It is absolutely stunning. The campground is just on the other side of the lake there, or on the other side of the water. It is a walk-in campground in winter. Normally in summer you can drive in there, but it's a 700 meter or so walk and then camping literally on snow, as you can see the ground here. So I have decided I'm actually gonna drive back off the mountain for tonight. I'm gonna car camp it because I just think it's gonna be so cold. We have a beautiful clear sky, which is amazing, but in terms of camping, it means the ground temperatures are gonna be absolutely freezing. It's predicted sub-zero at least. As you can see, I'm in the snow, so I don't think I want to put myself through that. I will go car camp and I will be straight back off on Buffalo in the morning. Just to give you an idea of how cold it currently is, the lake is frozen on top. You might be able to see, if I zoom in over here, the patch, which is like a darker colour, is not frozen. It may well be deeper there, but the rest literally has a complete ice layer on top. So it's certainly not particularly warm. It is absolutely stunning though. I was hoping to catch the sunset, but I do want to get off this mountain before there's any more black ice on the road. Good morning everybody. I did obviously make it down off the mountain perfectly fine last night. I didn't really film anything there because I just wanted to be super safe, obviously with all that black ice. I did leave it a little bit late to be getting off the mountain with that road sort of freezing over again, but it was really beautiful. There was a nice sunset and I did end up car camping in this area just over to the side of me. It's a beautiful little river campground and it was just a hell of a lot warmer than sleeping literally on the snow. As I said, I would love to do it. I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't camp up out there. I just really wasn't prepared this time with the gear to be out there doing that, and the last thing I want is to get myself sick or have to have someone else come and get me and be worried about me. So I did car camp, it was absolutely lovely. I've just stopped off here this morning really quickly on my way back to Buffalo because I want to show you something. It's actually the mountain peaks, my head might be in the way. Right over here, if you can see the snow, this is the Hotham mountain peak. Behind me, the snow looks absolutely gorgeous, so I'm going to flip the camera around in a second, get it off me and show you that before we head off. So there we go, those are those beautiful peaks up there. This is literally just a cattle paddock, so not a bad view to be a cow. And just to the side here, that is the road that you would drive up from Bright to Hotham and right into the snow. Absolutely gorgeous weather, so it's going to be beautiful on Buffalo again, but awesome to see so much snow up there at the moment. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully I will manage to get myself back up there again before the end of this season. Alrighty, so I'll just head back over to Buffalo. So I'm just driving up Buffalo. I haven't quite hit the snow yet, but I've just pulled over in one of like the chain bays because I've literally just clocked over 250,000 kilometers on the little I-30 and she's still going strong. Also, the conditions are looking amazing this morning. There is no ice on the road whatsoever yet. There's people out hiking, out riding. It looks absolutely amazing. So it's gonna be stunning up there. So there we go, just on that 250,000. I think that's a pretty cool little milestone for this little car. It's done fairly well. I've probably only put about 50,000 of those kilometers on it myself personally while I've been road tripping around, but I think that's doing pretty well. Anyway, I will keep driving up there. As you can see, no snow yet, and we'll see what we can find. And here we go, I did find some snow. So there's the I-30 parked up. This down here is just where I took you guys into the chalet yesterday. You can just hear another car coming around the road in the distance, but I thought I would show you. This is one of the smaller snowfields. Obviously not a great deal here. It is very icy at the moment. Not a lot of powder, but absolutely beautiful. There wasn't too much ice coming around that corner this morning as well. So right now I am just gonna head over to Lake Catani. That was the campground I said I was thinking about staying last night, but gave it a miss. I'm gonna walk in there this morning and see what the snow is like there today. I have just parked up here. This normally would be the actual entry into the Lake Catani campground. It's a dirt road, but it's a really good one at that. You can see at the moment it is gated, but I know from ringing like the information centres and talking to rangers and stuff that you can camp here for free in the winter. It's just a walk-in is the thing, and the fact that you literally have to be camping on the snow does make it pretty chilly. You really do need the right gear for it. So I am just going to walk myself down. It is a little bit slippery, but it's absolutely beautiful. There are actually a few other like rock walks and stuff that you can do, or at least one that I know of, from the lake and from the campground. Probably not going to do that today because it'd be hella slippery, but absolutely beautiful again to come and do. I'm not sure if I have any video or any photos from that walk, but if I do, I will pop them up now for you so that you can see as well what that is like in the summertime. This road in is actually so gorgeous. I'm starting to think I should have just got the snowboard and like sent it down here. It's pretty icy as you can see, but it would have been absolutely so much fun. Now that's the road I've just walked up, and that means this here is the campground. You can see it's totally under snow. Normally all of this, I think there's like 20 or 30 sites here. It's a fairly big campground. The lake is just out through here. I'll wander a bit more around and show you some of the sites. But absolutely gorgeous under its little white layer. So different to when you come here in the summer. Then just to show you down from the water's edge also, you can see the actual lake is frozen over. All of this section doesn't look too bad, but it's got like a whole sheet of ice on top. If I come around this section in front of me particularly, you can see it's white, it's solid ice. But over on the edge there as well, where it's shallow, it's literally a solid layer of ice on top. I wouldn't think it would be strong enough to walk on, but definitely enough that you could crack it. It is pretty cool to see, especially with the sun on at the moment and such beautiful weather. So turns out I was wrong. It is indeed solid enough to walk on. Check this out. She is quite literally one solid brick of ice. It would be pretty embarrassing if I fell through after just saying that, but this is honestly so cool. I'm not sure how far it is frozen out, so I don't want to go too far, but it is super slippery. This part here is literally frozen solid. Anyway, back to the campground. This is the day visitor area that I'm just headed to now. You have got that more beautiful powdery snow down here too, which is nice. Here is your day use area facilities, just general picnic tables, barbecues, stuff like that. You can't really see through the trees as well, but the lake on this side is completely frozen over. There is a little wharf down through the trees there. I might try and get down to that to see for you guys as well. Here we go, so absolutely beautiful. This is just that little jetty or wharf down here, and once again you can see that lake is completely frozen over. There is complete like snow on the other side. I don't know again how frozen it is, whether you could walk out on it, but it's pretty impressive to see. It's not something I've seen before. Obviously coming from further up north, it is very different to see a frozen lake for me. This whole layer of ice is floating. I can probably crack it and show you. Like it's coming off in complete sheets. Just like that. Just enough to shatter the other ice. It's not very thick here, but definitely frozen still on the top. Just like that. Alright, moving on. This is the actual campground. You can see normally you've got your fire pit, which is under snow, picnic table, just a flat camping area, all of the usual. The sites do continue around, but at the moment you have got your campground closed sign just down there, so you really can't be driving in here anyway. The actual road, if I give you a look, is completely snow. If you can hear the crunching, it's just the snow under my feet. I do apologize for that, but absolutely gorgeous down in here at the moment. And final stop for Lake Catani. This is the center of the campground. You have a really beautiful stone day use area hut over there, obviously information board. This is just for rubbish here, but facilities normally behind there. In summer you literally have toilets and showers here, so it's a great camp spot. You've got firewood you can actually buy here, and as you can see, some of it today is not under snow, which is really cool. There are campgrounds fully surrounding this, so if you walk down this way or further back behind there, normally there are both walk-in and drive-in campsites available. So I'm still not really sure about camping on the snow with my gear. It's definitely something on the bucket list, but whether I will take it off this season or not will be something I decide later on. Now the day is unfortunately really getting on already. I've actually spent a fair bit of time wandering around here, looking at all the views. So I'm just about to make my way back to the car, and then we will head, I think, back to Dingo Dell, which was where I was yesterday, where you can toboggan and hopefully snowboard. So this, guys, is Dingo Dell. There is a cafe here, basic facilities. It is heated inside, which is really cool on your colder days. And then right out here you have your toboggan slopes. It's really not ideal for snowboarding. As you can see over here, there's a little bit of a run, same up in the trees here and further back towards the road. There are a few spots, lots of kids out snowboarding, or not snowboarding, sorry, tobogganing. But I think I'm going to keep going a little bit further, see if I can drive further down this road and find a better spot or anything else to check out before it does get any later. So this here is Crested Valley. It is the final stop or furthest accessible point by road in winter. As you can see, the snow block just here, that is as far as they plow to. You can hear the ice literally crunching under everyone's tires, but this is where you can come and cross-country ski. You can toboggan, and presumably snowboard if you want a bigger slope. Absolutely beautiful mountains in the back there. If I do pan around for you though, you will see up here, this is where the road would normally continue. This is dirt road. It is well under snow at the moment, and this is the Horn lookout in the distance. So that beautiful big triangle peak there, that is the Horn, one of my absolute favorites. Unfortunately, I did just read a sign saying it's about a 6-kilometer walk to where you would even normally park from here at the moment, so it's going to be a bit long for me to do today, but I will show you some more footage from that one in 1 second. If I keep panning around, there are snow walks that you can do out in this direction. There are hills everywhere, and it is just absolutely stunning spot. So to give you an idea, this here is the road that you would be following to get to the Horn. It's well and truly under ice, not to mention the fact that they've physically blocked it off at the moment. They do have a little sign here saying that you can walk it, just not to walk on the ploughed snow, to keep it for cross-country skiers who want to do that. And as well, if you have a look further up and I zoom in for you, right on the top of that triangle peak is what we call the Horn lookout. You can't quite make it out here. It is a few k's away, as I said, but it's absolutely stunning lookout that I have actually visited before in summer. Now, since I'm not going to be going up there today, just time-wise, and I really probably don't have the right shoes for it either, I'm going to show you a bit of footage from up the top lookout there in summer. Obviously it won't have the snow on it, but it'll give you a really good idea of the landscape and what it looks like. Now, as gorgeous as this spot is, the road down to it was incredibly icy, and I don't really want to get myself stuck out here with the road as it gets later. For that reason, I am going to make my way back a little bit further. As I said, this is the furthest point accessible by road, and then I will try and have a little stop off on the way back. Alright guys, final stop for the day. I've just come back to Dingo Dell now. You can see behind me, I've grabbed the snowboard out. As you can see, I've grabbed the goggles, the beanie, and I've switched into my snow jacket because it's more waterproof than the one that I had on. But I really quickly, like if you can see, it's getting a bit darker, like there's a bit of that sunset color coming already. I really want to jump on the board while I'm here. I haven't had a run yet. I've been mucking around so much, I've been having the best time, but just haven't got time for it yet. So this is going to be my last stop of the day. I'm going to switch over to my GoPro and see if we can get in just a couple of runs here at Dingo Dell, and then we will head down off the mountain. Okay, camera is off, GoPro is on. Just grabbed the board. As you can see, I'm sort of like walking across this grassy stuff to get over there because I parked on the road, not right at Dingo Dell. You can see around me, I keep sinking into it. But I'm going to jump straight up one of these hills and have a go on the board. It is honestly super icy. Like, look down the slope. It doesn't look too bad, but there's no powder whatsoever because people have been tobogganing and it's just like grinding all the way down. Anyway, I'll jump up again, give it another run. It is getting pretty dark and then we will have to get out of here. She's so icy! I'm sorry, but still a little bit of fun to actually get out there just for a couple runs. I did do a couple longer ones in between, which I didn't film just because it is so dark out here now. I was trying to fit in as much as I could, but yeah, still great to be actually out on the snow before I do head off. Okay, it is literally dark out there. I think I've taken just about as long as I possibly can, but I have jumped back in my car and I am ready to head down the mountain. Now, unfortunately, I don't feel like I fitted in as much as I thought I would this weekend. That said, I really did enjoy taking the extra time to be longer at places, to just enjoy seeing things, play around with my camera and take some photos. All of those sort of things I really loved, and I hope you did enjoy the bits and pieces I filmed along the way for you. I really, just throughout this up. Do you think that Buffalo is an incredible national park? And I think it's a really underrated one. Come winter and the snow season, I feel like everyone straight away rushes off to Falls and off to Hotham and Buller even, but there's barely anyone at the moment up on the mountain, up on Mount Buffalo. So if you're looking for somewhere that's a little bit different this snow season, definitely put it on your list. It's a free national park to enter, so you don't even need the vehicle permit like the other snow resorts. You will need chains at the moment. I actually have to get down to return those right now. But yeah, it's open 365. Obviously, choose a good day with the weather and you don't need to pay to come. So definitely stick it on your list. I am going to head out of here though. I really thought I would be off the mountain before dark, so I want to drive down nice and safe, and then I will of course catch you guys again soon.